So I guess disclaimer.
Oh, God.
I'm not really myself in front of a camera, so I want to apologize before anything.
You already sound so American. I want to apologize. It's like you were born and raised in Stewart.
Want. I wish.
I know.
I was just going to say that. She wishes she lived in Stewart.
She sure does. I think we're just going to start it, okay?
Okay.
Welcome back to the We Should Know This podcast. I am your... I said that weird. All right. I don't need you laughing. I am your host, Soph.
And I'm your other host, Anna.
And as you can see, we have another guest.
We have another guest, and we have Soph's bestie.
Bestie. Hold on. Now I remember. Eso. Good evening.
Good evening. This
Welcome.
is Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Oh, this is weird.
This is so weird.
Yuck.
If you heard at the beginning, she gave her disclaimer. She's really awkward in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Sure. So, Alex, thank you for being here.
Of course.
Thanks so much, Alex. Alex has a lot to teach us today.
Sure. Listen, Alex is one of the smartest people I know. Es una bruta, but she is the smartest person I know.
What a jerk.
It's okay. I'm allowed to say it.
Feeling is mutual.
Oh, good. Love.
The besties, everyone.
Besties, alas. So we're going to go ahead and just hop on in.
Oh, God.
You're just going to hop on in.
We're going to hop on in
Hop
here.
on in. Alex, who are you and what do you do?
Well, my name is Alex Diaz, and I am 31 years old. I'm a Pisces.
Oh, my God. This is not a dating profile.
Born and raised. God, that was terrifying to say.
Yeah.
I'm a Miami born and raised.
We're going to believe it like a big curse word.
What is it? How do you say
She's
it?
actually a true Miami born and raised. She was born in like the Kendall. No, you were all over this.
You've been
all over the city.
Okay.
She's definitely from all over
It's
Miami.
going on the internet.
Arrepentida. I was thinking of the word. I got stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Miami born and raised. Arrepentida.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Same. What is it?
Oh, so what do I do? Yeah. I am a benefits administrator for a medium-sized bank.
Okay.
Medium.
You said words. So.
I said words.
You sure did.
So, I'm a benefits administrator, meaning that I work within the human resources department. I've been in human resources for it's going to be 6 years in January, a couple months.
Okay.
And I've been an HR assistant. I've been an HR specialist. And now I'm in the current role of benefits administrator.
Sweet.
Lovely. Sweet. And why did you want to work as a benefits administrator or with your experience in HR and all that?
So benefits administrator kind of just happened. Technically all of it just happened. I was trying to find what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Right.
And one of my cousins let me know that they were hiring at her law firm for a temp. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty much just to cover accounts payable, or was it accounts receivable? Doesn't matter. Right. Because her coworker was going on maternity leave. Family-friendly place. So they let me come in. They liked my work ethic, and they let me stay on as a floater. Through there, I dabbled a little bit in human resources. And then another cousin ended up telling me, hey, I used to work there hiring for an HR assistant. I was like, whatever. Let's see. I didn't think I was going to get it. I literally came out of that interview like, well, that was a waste of my time. Yeah. I have never been this deflated. And I didn't want to talk to anyone. No. I felt so bad. Literally getting to my job, I get a phone call. I'm here thinking like I bombed that. That was horrible. They call me. They're like, hey, we want you. And this is the offer and blah, blah, blah. And I knew that they had other applicants coming after me. Right. So after I actually got the job and been working there, they never do that. The hiring process
because you're special.
Takes a couple of days at least at minimum. And I had never saw during my 3.5 years there being part of the hiring department them ever do that. So that was from God.
I mean, like humble brag, but
so immediately I realized that I really liked it.
okay.
I like helping people. I've always been good with customer service, and that's pretty much what it is. It's customer service for your internal staff. And you just get to be an advocate for their
peasant.
workplace. Yeah. Not the peasant.
You agreed.
No, because I did come from the legal industry, and so I did work with a lot of attorneys, and I wouldn't consider them peasants.
Yeah, no, they're not peasants.
In the I guess in the structure or in how massive that place was, those were peasants compared to the actual upper bosses, the upper ranks.
I worked with all the ranks.
Right.
I did. And we were pretty even.
But for real, there are levels.
There are always levels.
Okay, so the peasants. Got it. It's fine. Listen, just say it. It's okay. It's okay.
She's going to be nice to the people, not like you, so.
That's fine. And this is why we pair so well.
If you heard one of our previous episodes, Soph prefers to be honest than nice, so.
I sure do. And she just prefers to be nice.
Technically.
But honest.
Yeah.
She does both.
I'm more of an honest person.
She does both. I do one or the other.
I'm just politically correct, or try to be.
Okay. She does try to be. So speaking of your role in benefits administration and all these things, what is an HMO? What is a PPO? What is an EPO? And what is an ABCDFG? Because listen,
ABCDFG gotta go.
I don't know any other. I had one job that had insurance included, and they picked for me. And I was just like,
what?
Awesome. Well,
is that allowed?
Like, what's everybody else getting?
Well, it depends on what they offer you.
That's the only thing they offer. You have no choice.
I think we had two options, and she was just like, "Are you married?" And I'm like, "No." She was like, "Okay, I'll go for the other one." I was just like, okay.
So she didn't pick it for you. She just kind of recommended one.
She picked it for me because everybody else got the same one. So, So what is it? What is an HMO, a PPO, EPO, other letters? Are there other letters?
They're all acronyms. Number one.
Oh, good. Here's politically correct, Alex. Love it.
And they're all insurance plans or types of medical plans. HMO.
These are what you work with.
Yes.
You do. Okay.
Yes. So I work primarily with benefits. Actually, not primarily. Only in benefits now. And it's actually kind of refreshing. So an HMO is a health maintenance organization. Mm-hmm. It is a very common plan, as well as a PPO, which is a preferred provider organization. They're both the most common plans. Those are the ones you're going to see in most employers. And then we have the EPO, which is an exclusive provider organization. Those are less common, but they're around. I know that they're actually one of the options when you're shopping on healthcare.gov. So if we want to keep it for the general masses.
Go ahead and look in the bio.
So HMO, PPO, and EPOs. And then we also have different types of plans. We have the HDHP, which is high deductible health plan. Technically, a high deductible health plan can be any of those other plans. Right. So the main difference is HMOs are usually cost effective for the consumer, meaning us,
the employee.
So it's going to be cheaper for you. You have to stay within network.
Okay. So
of the three plans, at least those three, the HMO, PPO, and the EPO, the HMO, the network is smaller. Okay. I would say it's the smallest network. They do not offer any out-of-network coverage. So meaning this is where you stay. You cannot see fulanito de tal because he is not covered. Most cases, you see that HMOs have a co-payment structure, meaning if you're going to your doctor, I'm going to say like a really great, ideal plan would be $20 per check-in.
On what planet?
It's not, it's very hard to find those now. But you pay $20 to see your doctor every single time you go.
Okay.
If you go to you have an MRI, it's $200 per exam. So copayment is just like a car payment or car insurance. This is what you pay, and you have a deductible. So there's a lot of like little benefit terms, deductibles, copayments, out-of-pocket maximums. So the deductible is the amount that you have to pay first before the insurance plan will kick in. So HMO is actually a really great plan if your doctors are in network. It's a cheaper plan. The premiums are cheaper. You meet that deductible, and pretty much the rest is
up to them, really.
No, there's a co-insurance.
Wow.
Yeah. There is a co-insurance.
Please?
I mean, there are places.
Not in America.
Right, well, I didn't say here.
That's what I want. I want to hear.
So, once you pay that deductible, you will continue to pay, but just a smaller percentage. That's called cost sharing. So, if your hospital bill came out to $1,000, if you paid 20%, or you only paid 20% of that bill, you're going to pay $200. Yeah. And they'll handle the rest. Now, if you meet your out-of-pocket maximum, meaning you've paid those $200, you've paid those doctor's appointments, you've paid for your specialist visits, all of that, if you meet that maximum, the plan covers everything at 100%, which really only happens if you experience like an emergency.
Right.
Or lots of health issues.
So that's the HMO. It's cheaper. You have a smaller network. It's cheaper in premium specifically. And it's usually in a co-payment structure. An EPO is somewhere in between. So I guess I'll go to the other end, the PPO, the preferred provider. So it has a much larger network, and that's because it offers both in and out of network coverage.
Okay. So you have different prices.
If you go to Dr. A, which is in network, you're going to be paying a lot less for your stuff. But if you go to Dr. B, who's out of network, you're going to pay a little more. Right. But you have the option, which is nice. If you're outside, let's say you're traveling or you travel for work. Right. You want to see a doctor somewhere else, you can do that. You have the access with the PPO. And I should say, I guess emergency services are covered under all three plans. It doesn't matter. It's nationwide.
I knew it. Nationwide is on. You need to join. Your side. Thank you.
That was Sync, Alex.
Okay.
You're supposed to do the harmony to that, guy.
Sorry.
Next one.
Can I put on the spot?
Next song.
So PPO, greater network. Usually you see, instead of copayments, you see percentages. So meaning everything you're going to have to pay a coinsurance.
Of a certain percentage.
Of a certain percentage of your cost until you meet that deductible. Mm-hmm. So you can actually spend more money depending on what doctor you go to. So your research is always recommended. You want to make sure that your doctor doesn't overcharge for a visit or something. So you want to price around. Shop around. For sure. So PPO, actually, you'll see a lot of, like, number one, wealthier and older employees go for the PPO option because it gives you more flexibility. Okay. And then the EPO is in the middle. So you still have to stay within network. However, it does have a bigger network.
Mm-hmm. Than both PPO and HMO?
Than the HMO.
Okay.
So the HMO is always going to be the smallest. PPO is always going to be the biggest. EPO is smack right in the middle. And the same way, in the PPO, the premiums will be more. You'll pay more out of pocket every pay period. Yeah. The HMO, you'll pay less. The EPO is in the middle. Everything is kind of in the middle for the EPO. Got it. So pretty much they're all the same thing, and they're all, different vanilla flavors.
Okay.
Love flavors.
You just
chocolate here.
Yeah. You want to shop around.
I don't like chocolate here.
I always tell everyone, what do your health needs look like? Are you single? Are you married? Do you have kids? Are you going to be covering them? Do they have their own coverage? How often do you go? Do you have any prescriptions that you get often? Like all those questions. Like, are you a sickly person? Are you like a healthy?
I know a lot of sickly people.
So it really depends on that. And also the big one is, can you afford it?
Yeah. Because we know they take a bite out of your check.
Yeah.
And then,
some people will just, it is what it is. I'll go for the cheaper plan.
well, yeah.
Unless there's like a job that
And there are
offers
places
that
right.
cover it or pay
Yeah.
for it.
So I've
Like
had that experience where they at least where they're like, this plan is free, and you can choose to keep it or you can enroll in another plan.
Right. But there are the options. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for answering that. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So since you said as benefits as administrator, you're kind of like customer service for like the employee. Have you ever dealt with a difficult employee, and how did you handle it?
So I've dealt with a plenty.
A plethora of difficult employees.
Give us like one
Just give me
example.
one. Yeah, just give us one example.
So okay, I'll be nice, and I'll
names
pick a
because
funny. I'll pick a
government.
funny.
Okay, a funny story.
Story. So it's not someone that I wanted to ring, or anything. But part of human resources, or at least benefits, is that there's a huge umbrella, and there's so many other perks and benefits that fall underneath it. And one of the benefits, or one of the initiatives really for benefits, is always going to be wellness.
Yeah.
Right. 'Cause they
Within
don't
the
want you to be
workplace. Yeah. And it's not just so much, we don't want you to be sick. It's also good for you. It lowers your costs of
having to go to the hospital.
payments. And it's going to lower our costs too, because if you think about it, your employer is also helping pay for your plans.
That makes sense.
So it's convenient for both parties. So wellness is very important. Also, you're not going to have you're not going to call out as much for sick days. You're going to have a happier staff, or more energetic staff. Like
Sure.
it's so many things that wellness can really cover. And one of the things that I have done in my past, was, I guess, help with the wellness program and all the different initiatives.
Right.
And one of the items was to fill out a risk assessment. So it's a questionnaire. Most carriers like Cigna, Aetna, Oscar, they will put this on all of their sites, and they'll ask you a couple questions, and they'll let you know at the end of it, oh, this is your health risk assessment. So, hey, you're doing good. These are some areas you need to work on. Or, dude, you need to turn your life upside down because you're going to be upside down real quick.
Got it.
So I had an employee who needed help, and I'm all for it.
Right.
All for it. And it was
we know.
an older gentleman. And I have this really soft spot for old guys, borderline creepy.
No,
My
it is.
soft
Full
spot.
on. Full on. Not borderline. No, you're there. It's creepy.
But you know what? I still don't have a sugar daddy. So
Yeah.
If you'd like to apply to be, just go ahead and send us a DM.
Yeah.
just kidding. Sorry. So older gentleman, and I'm always the one who's gonna volunteer to help.
Of course you are.
The older person. I'm like, me, I'll take it.
Psychopath.
And I give the instructions clear as day. This is what you have to do, A, B, C, and D. That was meant to be the end of the conversation. But the gentleman's like, let's get this started. I'm gonna do it while you're on the phone with me. And I'm here trying to get out of this
You
is
need to
really
work.
you, I've already given you the instructions, which is, but I'm nice. So I'm like, okay, fine.
Yes, you are.
He's literally ignoring he's literally ignoring me at the fact that that's
gotta
it.
go,
That's how you
bro.
gotta go. And I
Yeah.
kind of repeated it a couple times nicely, of course. Okay, well, that's all. Let me know if you have any questions. Please shoot me an email, or I can pass by your office if you run into any issues. The man just keeps, going through the questions, and he's keeping to himself quietly, but I can hear him. I can hear him ask the questions, and then he starts to get louder. I think he forgets I'm kind of on the phone because it's all through the phone. I don't know if I mentioned.
Right.
And finally, the question. Do you often perform testicular checks? And I was like, oh my God, please don't answer it. He's like, yes. And now all I can imagine, because I'm a very visual person, unfortunately, is this man performing testicular checks often. Not just because here's the thing. Let me rephrase, or not rephrase. The question was, do you do it often? Sometimes, never. And his answer was often. So I was just like, I really wish you would have said sometimes or just never.
Just don't say anything. Just
don't tell me
phone.
that, you fondle yourself while I'm on the phone. So
maybe he wanted to let you know he was active and ready for it. Yeah.
Oh, he's married.
Ick.
Sweet woman, too.
Just ick. Just
man. So I guess that's one of the most unnerving situations that I've experienced.
Well, you win. That was the worst. It could have been worse. You could have been on FaceTime or like on camera with a guy. And then you'd have been like, what do you do with your face?
Yeah.
Que pena.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
That sucks. Well.
But I just stayed quiet. I acted like nothing happened. And that's how I handled it.
It made for a funny story.
With grace.
Sure did. Unfortunately for the visuals, but yuck. Okay, well. I know that this is, again, thank you so much for saying yes.
Of course.
But I know that this is almost like a difficult time for you, just because this is your open enrollment. So can you describe, or of all the things, where am I? Can you describe handling this benefits administration position during your open enrollment period? Because I know, like I've witnessed it many a time. Like, don't talk to me for about a month. It's like, say less. I mean, I get it. How do you describe it?
So the meme with the dog sitting down around the burning room. This is fine. That's exactly what that's like. I actually have a plethora of memes all surrounding open enrollment. Nice. And it's kind of like what keeps me sane because it makes me laugh. One of them is dumpster fire number 1, dumpster fire number 2, dumpster fire number 3 and 4. Pick your choice. That's open enrollment. It's just really busy.
What does that look like? So what is open enrollment period for you, in the sense of like, are you looking at insurances, or do you guys already have an insurance and now it's the time for the employees to pick of the options? Or like, what is open enrollment period for you? So
the process of selecting or even keeping plans that we already have happens earlier in the year. Okay. So it's a year-long process. As soon as we finish, we start for the next year.
Wow. I've lost her, guys. We've lost her.
So open enrollment really is the time when everything is prepped. All the insurance plans for the following calendar year are available, and you're having your employees pick what they're going to want, because you get to pick during open enrollment. That's the one time a year that you can change your plans.
So it's like your Black Friday.
Yeah, except I'm not gaining anything.
When they open the doors to Walmart at 3 a.m.
That's kind of what it's like.
Scary. So they get to pick from any plan? Or do you guys narrow it down?
We pick. Okay. So we give you options. Okay, yeah. That's what we do throughout the year. We're kind of shopping around, researching. We compare a lot to what are the industry standards? What are other people doing? How can we remain competitive with other employers? If you are in between two offers after an interview with two different employers, you're going to go with the one with the better benefits. You're going to go with the one with the better perks. You're going to go with the one that's more flexible. So
you look into
benefits is part of employee retention and even acquisition, like how to
keep people on.
Just get people, recruitment. So open enrollment, this is what we've picked for you. Go ahead and make your selections. And some open enrollments are easier than others. Right. But what happens is you open a can of worms. Like, everyone is frantic. Like, I want to make sure that this is what I have, or I want to keep the exact same things, but they don't know what they have. And then it's a lot. And people are not really good. And in general, this is not at my bank. Just
in general, people are not very good.
People are not really good about reading instructions and emails
I have to.
or any communications or even joining, info sessions and stuff like that. So we give you all the information beforehand. And we do everything in our power to let you know, here are the changes and this is what this means for you. But you're always going to have, and unfortunately, it's not a small group of people.
It's a lot of group of people.
It's a lot. It's a large group of people who will be like, what?
I
know you sent an email, but
Yeah.
it's in the email. And you can't answer, it's in the email.
Right.
Or like circle, like that's what you want to do sometimes, just circle the area where
Big
it's
red
at, like just
lines,
send it
yeah.
back. But no, of course. So you're gonna have a lot of questions that you've already answered that you'll have to answer again. And then they'll skim through that response or even barely hear you because we're busy. Even they're busy, everyone's busy, everyone's working. So then you'll get the question again from the same person.
Nope.
So that's fun.
The answer is you're fired.
Yeah.
Enough.
And then the fun part actually starts, and yeah, they'll always ask you questions about the different plans. The fun part is right when open enrollment ends, because people are like, that's not what I meant to pick.
The real sleepers come out.
So now you have to go back in
Sucks to suck.
and make the changes.
I wish.
Yeah,
I know.
It's not that simple.
Yeah.
So it's all the changes, or you get the people who are angry at the beginning of the year who didn't even realize it until way later that they picked the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Or they didn't add the right people, or
Jeez. Okay, so
so it's not, I don't want to say it's not hard, because it's a lot to it's a lot to manage.
Right.
And it's a very tedious process, and just
It's a
making
lot of
sure
repetition, sounds like.
Yeah. And then right after open enrollment, all those enrollments and changes are sent to the carriers. And then you have to make sure there's no errors there. Because
Like, hey, we're missing this, or hey, you misspelled that.
So open enrollment, I work somewhere where our calendar year starts at the beginning of the year. There's some places that it's in the middle of the year. So open enrollment, you think, okay, you enroll in the fall, and that's the worst of it all. But it's after and then the beginning of the year. So pretty much it's a
Just
good
all year.
quarter and a half that you are just working on open enrollment, if you think about it.
Woof.
Sucks.
So let's pray for our benefit administrators. Y'all. Let's open enrollment. Y'all are doing the legwork.
Y'all doing
Could
the
never
Lord's
be
work.
me.
Okay, so now we're gonna ask you some like random or like some get to know you questions.
Okay.
So, do you think it's better to have one great skill you're A+ at, or many skills you're a C at?
Okay. The perfectionist in me wants to answer A, like
Yeah.
A plus.
Yeah.
Because that's what I always want to give.
Good for
But
you.
I would have to say I'd rather be a C in a lot of things.
In a lot.
Because I'd like to be helpful in a lot of things. Maybe
Right.
I won't be the best at it, but hey, I'm trying.
Right.
And as long as I get an E in effort, I'm okay with it.
In effort.
Yeah, never. Okay. So next question. How would you change the world if you could?
Okay.
That's like a loaded
So-
question.
No, she prepared.
I guess the answer is twofold. So, to quote Bob Marley.
Oh, well.
To quote Bob Marley.
I can't wait to hear it.
So I had this phase where I thought I was, this like
Rastafarian.
peace, love world, like, and I won't say laugh, love world, but
Lift,
peace,
laugh,
love
Yeah.
world. And I was really into like, oh wow, like spoken word and stuff like that, and just and like the beauty behind the lyrics of these, poets. And Bob Marley was a poet.
Yes, he was.
So he had this quote, and off the top of my head, I don't know if it's not verbatim, but it was, when the power of love is greater than the love of power, the world will know peace.
Wow.
Say it one more time.
When
got
when the power of love
Uh-huh.
is greater than the love of power, the world will know peace.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Got it.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Mr. Marley.
Thank you, Mr. Marley.
Rest in power.
Okay.
But definitely,
That is a good quote, though.
That is a good quote.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
It was on my binder in high school.
Wow. She's one of those girls.
Yeah, I doodled and like,
Peace signs everywhere.
little rainbows.
Wow.
But definitely love. And for people to experience, and why I said the answer was twofold is because if it's true love, then it's God's love.
Yeah.
So if people were to truly feel for others and feel God's love upon them and actually, pay it forward, I feel like that would solve so many issues. There wouldn't be, homelessness. There wouldn't be poverty,
Where is the love?
Yeah.
Where is the love?
Jukebox is on today.
Yeah. People can them.
Yeah.
But
So I would change that. People's perception of love and like them experiencing true, genuine love and giving it back.
Amen.
Love
we
that.
love it.
So, if you had enough money that you never had to work, what would you do with your time?
Oh my God, I know exactly what I would do.
Tell me.
And it's not bad. It's not bad.
If you say sleep, I'm gonna throw something at you.
Well, for sure, I'm buying a really great mattress.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's
She
gonna
needs
be a
it.
king.
She needs it.
Just for me.
She deserves it.
She
Yeah.
deserves it. You deserve it. Open a room and stuff.
So obviously I had to give my tithes. First thing.
Uh-huh.
I had to give my tithes. And two things that pop into my head are I'd go on mission trips.
Okay.
And actually invest that money in them. It's not like I'm just going to go to, pray for you
Right.
or, help you or the community, but actually put in that money back into the missions. And I'd probably partner with an organization or something. I don't want to just blow it and then not, I wanted to invest it almost. Like I wanted to come back, return, so I can continue to do it. And then the other ones, I'd go back to school. Which is crazy because a lot of people would be like,
No, vacations.
I'm done, goodbye. But now school wouldn't be an obligation.
We're going on vacation.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that meme of like,
Those are like-
hurry up, bestie, win the lottery so that we can go on vacation.
Yeah. So I definitely stopped working
Yeah.
Yeah.
to go to school.
Okay.
To go to school and just do what I actually, not that I don't like human resources. I really do. But, I have other passions and I feel like if I could have, I would have, pursued them.
Okay.
And I definitely do that. I'd go back to school and what I want to study, learn that, and then probably start working in that field.
Oh my God. This
I was
woman
just
never
gonna ask
stops.
that. Like, once you finish school, like, would you start working in that?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a professional student or anything.
Yeah.
Even though Sophia would be really great at that because you love learning. You love learning.
I don't like school.
You love a challenge.
I like to learn on my own.
But I think you would like school if it's the right
Subject?
Yeah.
Fine, whatever.
And you're already done with your AA and your BA, so all your prerequisites are out. Like those, you literally would just do.
Or like if you could go just for the experience, like if you went to like Disney Academy, or if you went
That'd
to
be
Full
fun.
Sail.
That would be nice, but I need money for that. I'm not living in a dorm room with teenagers.
The question is, if you had enough money
you
to
wouldn't-
never work,
exactly.
I don't know. We'll see.
For sure, you guys would not be living here.
100%.
They'd
Bye.
be living
Absolutely
in
not.
the
Bye.
ORL, Orlando.
Bye.
I would be living in Stewart.
She would, actually. That's exactly where she would.
At least Stewart is closer to Orlando.
It's a retirement company. It's a retirement city, and like that's where
I
she would stay.
am 31 going on 85.
Maybe you can find something Stewart-like in Orlando.
Yeah,
I
celebration.
have her. Yes, but that's literally like this
Golden
big.
Oaks, like
And
whatever.
then I
We
would
don't have to worry
never
about money,
want
so it
to
doesn't matter.
leave.
I don't want to
area.
ever leave Golden Oaks. I'm good.
But yeah, to go back to school and then do missions. I think that's what I do.
Awesome. For those who are listening and not watching, if you hear screams, he's fine. He's just being attacked by his father.
Yeah.
Matthew is fine. I want to make that absolutely very clear. Okay, so the next question.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the things that you've learned, what do you find most useful as an adult?
Okay.
I butchered it, I know.
Yeah.
I just worded it different in my head.
She?
Of all the things that you've learned.
So-
learning, you are an adult, so you're learning. So
what
that
I've
you've
learned.
What's the most useful?
as an adult now.
So Prophet Michael Scott once said.
She said,
I'm gonna move to the low strike. El Profeta Michael Scott.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I think he like quoted someone else or whatever. But let's be real, it was Michael Scott who gave it, meaning. But definitely, and it's not about so much like doing something. What I've learned is trying. I didn't finish college. I would have loved to, but I didn't, and I will be returning back to college next year. But I didn't get to finish my studies, and I feel like that has, yes, it's put some, I wouldn't say obstacles, but it has made things a little harder for me.
Right.
But it hasn't limited me.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I kept trying. I always gave it my all. I'm very much an expert Googler. What I don't know, I will find out. And I love to ask questions, and it's free.
Google's free.
Yep.
Super free.
I've heard like I learned so much. I think it was something like that. Like I learned so much more in 3 hours on TikTok than in my whole
This is true.
educational
This
career.
is so true.
So I feel like Google's like that. Like you want to find something out, Google it. There's at this point, with how advanced that technology is, there's an answer for everything. If you thought about it, somebody else did, and there's already a solution. So I push myself. I try, I ask, and then when I really can't, then that's where I'll kind of like, okay, I'll pass the baton. But that has helped me, move up in my career, and it has opened doors even without the education. Because if you try, they'll see that.
Right,
they'll see the initiative, and
They'll see the efforts.
Yeah.
so definitely you have to try. That's what I've learned. Like if you just sit down and do nothing, that's exactly where you're going to get a return.
Right.
If you go out there and push yourself, then you're going to,
Succeed.
sow
Or
those
not
benefits.
even.
You reap what you sow, and it's not just in a negative connotation, but if you put good out,
positive.
you'll get good.
Yeah. Love that.
Sweet.
So, if you could choose one song to play every time you walked into a room, what would it be and why?
It's to hear you say, "Daddy's home."
Oh
for me.
God.
So honestly, that was like immediate. Like immediately, I knew exactly what song I would play.
When I sent her the questions, she was with Chris doing her nails, and she put me on mute, and she's like, "This is the song," and then they were cracking up on me. I'm like, I'm like, fine, but like, don't tell me, but like, is it that funny? That makes sense.
Tell me that it's not the most perfect song for me to come in into. Home for me.
Good for you. Good. How inappropriate.
And why? I think it's kind of self-explanatory that I'm a daddy.
Go ahead and comment down below and let us know if you think Alex's daddy.
Alex's dad.
Alex's
Let's
dad.
hope he plays that song at Super Bowl.
I made a Super Bowl.
Well, he has a choice. I mean, we don't really know any his new stuff. He's got
Yeah,
really
right,
old
I
stuff.
sure hope. Well, he has a residency now.
In Vegas.
In Vegas.
And it's his
The
old songs.
Yes,
Yep.
God bless. Oh, we're gonna know them all. I love it.
My
Go
first album, like CD, that I ever, I wouldn't say purchased, got gifted. I chose it at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Was oh my god, I completely forgot the name of his album.
Confession.
No,
I don't know.
it's some numbers.
Okay.
8701 something. I don't know.
No,
90.
That's my
I don't know.
envelope.
But it was one of his albums.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Usher, if you're listening.
You remind me of a girl. That was on that album.
Okay. I don't know the name of the album either.
I
so.
can't remember right
Estamos
now.
bien,
But
we're fine. Okay, next one. If you could have any superhero power, what would it be and why?
so you guys are gonna agree. I have this disease called time management.
God is talking. Go ahead.
And I don't know. So I've thought about this one. Like, would it be like a click situation, like the movie from Adam Sandler? Like,
Okay.
can I control time? But like, I don't want to be God either. Like, don't smite me. you know, and I wouldn't want it to be like where I pause, but time is actually still moving on.
Right.
So it wouldn't be a superpower. I think it would be teleportation.
Ooh, that one's good.
That's good for you.
Just because, and I do like driving. I enjoy it. I don't mind it.
Right.
But
I bet if you
I'm
can-
always late.
Yeah.
And it's not because I want to be most of the time.
There it is.
Most of the time it's because of work. Honestly,
Yeah.
because I am juggling different things.
Or trying to sleep in.
Or trying to sleep in.
That's on Saturdays. I've told certain people, like, hey, if you plan anything in the morning, I will not be going. I'm so sorry. Rain check will
Yeah.
do something
True.
else.
I've witnessed it.
But yeah, it's usually because I have other commitments and it's really hard for me to manage my time. And I always tell the girls that I'm self-diagnosed with ADD. And I really don't need a therapist to tell me because I know. But I will be going to a therapist to confirm my suspicions.
That's right.
Love that.
Do what we say, don't do what
Yeah.
we do. Just go to therapy.
I'm like, dude, it makes so much sense. And so definitely that plays into that whole time management aspect. So I feel like if I could just, I'm somewhere else, I'm done. I'm good. I will be on time every single time.
Absolutely. You'd be early everywhere.
Yep.
Que lindo. I love it.
It would be
I love
beautiful.
it.
I hope I
Listen.
wouldn't like regress on like, oh, I have more time, so I'm going to take longer.
You
I
know,
really hope not. I really hope not.
You might, though. Like, if I can get ready in 5 minutes, I have a second to get there. I'll be fine.
But there are times where I really am late because I could care less.
I know.
You have your days.
You do
Yeah.
have
your days.
Everybody has those days.
Yeah, like, you know, I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're going to have a great time when I get there. So,
Okay. All
because
right.
daddy's home.
There it is.
Okay, so if you were a dessert, what would you be?
So it's actually perfect because it's one of my favorite desserts. I'd be a cannoli.
A
But I'd be a
cannoli.
very specific cannoli. Yeah, because you did ask me, like...
So like a...
Just a
Oh, no,
random.
no, no. We were at Chili's, and it was a question.
Yeah.
If you had a restaurant, what would be the 3 desserts you would have
Like
on
the
the menu?
restaurant, yeah.
And one of them was a cannoli. But I would be a very specific cannoli. I would be almost like a classic cannoli where it has orange zest in it and
Oh.
also pistachios on the
Yum.
tips. I'm sorry, Anna.
Quite literally, get over here.
Well, but you're talking about the actual nut.
Yes.
I don't mind the actual pistachio nut. I don't dessert.
And you'll actually really like it with the cream.
Yes. I don't think I'd mind that. I just don't like pistachio ice cream.
She doesn't
don't
like
get it.
pistachio flavored things. She
Yeah.
doesn't like pistachios. Like you with banana.
Uh-huh.
You like banana.
You can't judge
You don't
me.
like banana flavored
You can't
things.
judge me.
No, there's a difference. Banana tastes like ácido,
No.
and pistachio does not.
Okay. So it'd be very specific that cannoli because
Have you ever had one of those?
Absolutely. They're delicious.
Where?
Maria and Enzo's. Well, there they don't do it with the pistachio, but they do
With the orange zest.
And then I've had it in other places where they do the pistachio and they don't. So sometimes I have yet to find one with both.
With both.
But that is like the classic Sicilian cannoli.
So that we have to go to Italy.
Or we can, yeah.
Sela.
Yeah, I was going to say we can
or
make
go
it,
to
but we can
Epcot.
just go.
Or we can go to like New York and go to Little Italy. I'm sure we can maybe find something there.
Probably.
That's a lot cheaper.
I do love
It's a lot
cannolis.
cheaper.
Let's go there.
So I'd be specifically that dessert because I'm hard on the outside.
Uh-huh.
I'm softy on
What
the
a
inside.
Yeah, you are.
On the inside.
I'm a little sour, so we have that orange zest.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Even sometimes a little bitter with that dark chocolate chip.
Uh-huh.
And I'm definitely nuts.
I thought she was gonna say salty. I did not.
No,
me. She was gonna say
You're
nuts.
welcome, but I'm sweet too.
Yeah,
At the
sure.
end, it's all sweet. It's just
It's a perfect dessert for
It's
Alex,
the perfect
guys.
dessert for Alex, everybody.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's hilarious.
You're welcome.
Oh man.
Good. Okay, so last one. What TV show would you want to be in, and which TV show would you not want to be in?
Oh my God. Honestly, I had the answer and it's just pooped out of my head. So give me a second.
What TV show you'd want to be in, and which
what
one you won't?
Right. So I know the won't. That one's very clear
You can
in
answer
my
that.
head.
So answer that one first.
Wait, but I don't want to.
Okay,
My ADD brain. I will forget the
Okay,
other one
I told
altogether.
you to write these down.
I know.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to think of her answer.
Oh, no, I got it. Okay, I got it.
Dale.
So it's not because it's my favorite show, but it's my favorite show right now. I'd be in Modern Family. Oh my God.
Funny, right?
I don't know how many times I have to tell Anna, just watch the damn show.
Same.
Just watch it.
You say it, I repeat
get
it, bro.
into it. I
Get
will
in-
try.
Watch season 2. Forget season 1,
forget
and
about
then you'll
season one.
rewatch it.
You'll catch up. You'll be fine.
It's like The Office. I can't watch season 1. Michael Scott is
The bane of
oh my God,
everyone's existence.
and even honestly throughout the show I still want to murder him the whole entire time.
Yeah.
But the show's great, and that's Modern. Like, I feel like most shows are like that. It's hard to get into them, but Modern Family is so damn funny.
It's so good. It's so underrated.
It's so
Well,
no, because it literally
It's
swept at the
Yeah.
Emmys
You're
for
right, you're
I don't
right,
know
you're
how
right.
many years.
And we
Yeah.
just didn't know about it though.
I know, and here's the thing: we would watch the Emmys,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why do they keep winning? They just keep
never
winning.
got
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, and they're just taking one after the other after the other.
God bless Hulu for putting it on there because the
Oh
moment
my God.
I saw it completely,
And
I'll
the only
rewatch
reason
it.
why I'm watching is because Soph got me on it.
Right, I was watching it and then she would watch
That's
episodes
usually how
with
that
me
works.
and then be like, I don't want to watch it.
That's how
Yeah.
it happened for me in Schitt's Creek. You were
Yes.
watching it, and I was just like,
Yes,
But
okay.
same.
Yeah.
So I'm not like a show person. I like movies. I want the story to begin and end within 3 hours, and I know what happened, and I'm content.
Yeah.
I have no patience for like, oh, I have to tune in next week to
Yeah.
find out, or I have to wait 2 seasons or like actual seasons like fall and like a whole year to find out what happens next. Like, no. And especially dramas where it's like something bad is always happening. Like, ay, mama.
yeah.
Well,
Find Jesus and then like no peace, dude. So, definitely I'm not a show person, but Sophia's usually watching something and I'm just like,
Yeah.
she
I'm-
watches vicariously.
yeah. Or she just tells me everything that happens and then I know the whole entire show. And it's like, I
I'm
watched
her,
it.
what is it called? Footnotes? No.
You are my quick notes.
Quick
no,
notes.
is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Quick notes.
Spark notes.
Spark notes.
Spark notes.
There we go. You're
now,
my spark notes.
Now, what show would you not want to be in?
American Horror Story. Done.
Why?
No. Actually,
What do you mean, why?
Wait. No, that wasn't my original answer. I thought about it, but I have a better show that I wouldn't be a part of. Gilmore Girls.
Oh, come on.
You wouldn't be a part of
That's
that.
that
I
could be real.
love that show. But if I was part of that show, the way that I would beat Rory up,
I get it.
Okay.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
punch that little guy and
God.
grab her by the hair. I
It's
know
like-
you haven't seen it.
No, Kenya tried with me, but
No,
I
friend,
just couldn't.
no.
I couldn't.
So same. The problem with that show is that it's really fast. So they talk like the
Yeah.
and if you miss it, you
It's
miss
witty.
it. Like
Yeah.
It's
but
a great show.
Once you get used to it, after like a couple of episodes, you're just like, okay, I know what she said. She dissed him, but like he didn't know it.
yeah, it's a great show. It's fantastic. It's my type of humor.
Sure is.
But
But because you would catch a case,
so I
beating
love
up
Rory. Here's the thing: it's always like a love-hate relationship with Rory. But the way that I would like Lorelai, bestie, because we would be best friends.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, would we? Because she would hate the way I treat her daughter. Because I will whoop her behind.
Yeah.
Like
I catch
she
a case for
needs a
Rory.
good spanking.
I catch a case.
I tell
grab her by
Soph
the
and
hair.
Anna all the time, like they did not get hit enough.
Okay,
Where?
we're good. Thanks though.
Y eso es lo que le faltaba a Rory.
Eso sí, una buena nalgada.
Well, doesn't the show
Absolutely.
start with like she's already like in her teenage years? She's not like a little girl.
Right.
Yeah, but there's a lot of references to her childhood and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, and I get it. It's that, teenage years. And no,
Yeah.
esa
She's
chavala,
frustrated.
lo que le viene.
Okay, you're like, wow, you're one of the smartest kids in the world, and then something happens, and you're like, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you go there? Why would you do that? It's
Yeah.
frustrating.
But it is a fantastic show, and it's a great
It is.
mother-daughter,
Situation.
relationship.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't put me in that show because I will whoop her butt.
There it is. I mean, agreed. Couldn't agree more.
Okay, so now we're gonna play a little game. They are gonna play Taboo against
That's
each
right.
other. Let's see who's better at it. We have a little timer here. Who's gonna go first?
Wait, and we have to be honest.
Fine.
Okay.
Soph.
Why would I?
She's
No,
looking at you.
No.
So
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. But like, I know other people would like, oh, she said it, but I'm not going to say it because they can't see it. But we're going to be honest.
No, of course
we're
I'm
gonna
going to be honest.
We're God-fearing women.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Now, how does this work? Am I going to give you all my... You're supposed to guess as before the timer runs out, all 3 of my cards?
No.
I don't know. Yes, because I
Yes.
think that timer is long.
Okay. We're not going to
it's
sit
long.
here
Put
and
it
wait
back.
for it. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's on.
So we'll wait. Oh, so until the timer runs out. Let's see if you can get all 3 of my cards.
yeah.
Okay. So I'll go first, and then you go after. Okay?
I'm wondering if we should do more than 3.
No, we're good with 3.
Because the timer's like 30 seconds.
Literally fine.
We're going to be done with this in 10. Less.
We'll see.
Okay, well, the point is, who's better at it?
Well, we're just going to try and see how...
Well, the point is to know what the other
Exactly.
one would know.
Thinking.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see.
So who knows the other one better?
Okay.
And go.
Okay, you use this to... when you are sleeping and
Pillow.
you need
Pajamas.
to do something...
Alarm. Clock.
Okay.
It's something that you eat in the mornings.
Breakfast. Oatmeal.
Right, it's breakfast, and it requires these
Egg and
things
sausage. Griddle.
that come from a
Waffles.
chicken and some delicious
Eggs. I said
right
eggs.
eggs. It has eggs in it, but you put
Omelet.
stuff in. Yep. And then this would be a person who is in the place where the things that you consume.
Grocery store.
But the person using the items to basically prepare the things that you consume. The person that...
Time.
Mama, chef. The things that you prepare, the things that you consume.
You could have gone so many more
Mama,
ways.
I was not going to go there.
Wait until you hear mine. I'm customizing them for you.
Same. Okay, well, I was not going to customize that last one, but whatever.
Okay.
Ready and go.
Charlotte's
Web.
Pig.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web. James and the Giant Peach. They have this
Tim
character in
Tim
common.
James and the Giant Peach.
It's an animal.
A pig. Oh, a spider.
Yes. Okay. Tomorrowland in Magic Kingdom. Ride.
It's a park. The
Yes.
Astro Orbiter.
Okay.
Astronomy.
So not Astro.
Astro.
But the other word, it
Comet.
goes around. I said around. That was my messed up. But technically, you said orbiter. The word is
Orbiter.
orbit.
Okay,
We'll take it.
fine.
Okay.
Go.
Sleeping Beauty. What does she get pricked with?
A needle.
Done.
Alex still has time, so Alex won.
Boom. Okay, but like it was a team effort. What was it supposed to say for chef?
The bear.
You were never gonna get that. You were gonna be like a bear.
The
Trust
bear.
me, you were never gonna get that. Anyway,
The bear.
it's okay.
Ratatouille. Tiny.
No. No.
That's probably not that's not the first thing you thought of.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a little game.
That was a little game. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're the best.
For beating you.
And now
Let it go.
Alex is going to teach us something or some things
Okay.
today.
So I've seen that the reoccurring theme is fun facts.
Okay.
Sure.
So that's what we're doing today.
Okay.
I always tell Sophia that I'm really bad at coming up with things. I'm a natural born editor. So you do something and I will tell you how to fix it.
Okay.
Don't tell me to come up with it. I'm so bad. So this was
That's
hard.
okay.
I was like, what the hell am I going to teach them? There's so many things, but I couldn't think of one. So I'm like, fun facts. Let's look for fun facts.
Googles.
So we're going to learn about Schitt's Creek.
I love Schitt's Creek.
I know you both love it. So I think one of the most known facts is that Johnny, David, and Alexis, or no, not Alexis. Twyla are family in real life.
It's true.
So dad, son, and daughter.
Yes.
So that's, that's an easy one, but it's cute all together.
Wait, pause. I found that out in the making of the last episode,
Which
that
I have
Alex
not seen.
Still has
No,
not
okay.
seen.
I will die.
No, she won't die. She
You're
will
not gonna cry as much as you cried for Ted Lasso.
No.
That I'll tell you.
That's probably true because I did cry 12 times.
She did
for
count.
Ted Lasso.
She did absolutely
I
count.
did count because I'm like, there's no way. I just started the episode and I'm already bawling. Yeah. So I was like, let's make this fun. And I probably would have cried more if I would have been not as,
emotional.
No, just not as intentional about counting how many times I cried. I would have, my mind would have been like, less distracted.
Rip the Band-Aid and watch the last episode.
Just
I guess, fine. And it's not even an episode. I've seen the last episode. I haven't seen the special.
Exactly.
That's what you want to watch.
Because you guys have told me that I'm going to cry. So
yeah.
I avoided until I finally give in. I just watched Little Women for the first time in my life.
It's true. And it wasn't that bad because you didn't cry.
This month.
I did cry a little bit.
You cried a little bit, but not as bad as we thought you were going to cry.
Also because if you hype it up.
You're right.
I don't know. I'm
so
weird.
I'm going to just start hyping everything up just so she can just do it.
So I guess the next one is Alexis Rose. Mm-hmm. We love Alexis Rose. We love Annie Murphy, who played Alexis Rose. And it almost wasn't her.
What do you mean?
Yeah. So that role was actually going to be given to, her name is Abby Elliott, which is the sister in The Bear. The blonde chick.
I haven't seen The Bear, so I wouldn't know.
Soph has. And she just so happens to be Chris Elliott, who plays Roland Schitt's daughter in real life.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was going to be a whole family affair. Yeah.
Wow.
And they took, I guess, too long after making the show that by the time they were ready to start filming the pilot, she wasn't available.
Wow.
Yeah, and
I'm glad she wasn't. I like the Alexis
Oh my
Rose.
God.
She's
And
so
so,
good.
What's her name again? Abby Elliott. Super cute. I loved her in The Bear, which is what made me look into her. I'm like, oh my God, that's her dad.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Annie Murphy.
Annie Murphy
A little bit
killed
Alexis.
it.
So good.
So definitely. So okay. So yeah, definitely she was perfect for the role.
Yeah, she
and
was.
she actually auditioned for not just Alexis but also for Stevie.
Oh yeah, Stevie.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't have. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, so she worked her butt off and she got it. And it actually, Eugene, which is Johnny Rose, wasn't crazy about her because she wasn't blonde.
Because that was how it was originally
Yeah, because
written.
it's supposed to be a blonde chick. Right. And so Dan had to come on, please. And he's like, that's all right. We can fix that, Yeah. And there's no other Alexis.
Yeah, no.
No.
The show she did, I'm not saying she made the show.
She didn't, but she
played a
she
huge
did.
Yeah,
part.
she
did.
Yeah.
She did.
That was a great character.
And at the end of the day, we still quote her.
Yeah.
Like
Ew,
no one
David.
quote. I mean, like I'm sure people
Ew,
do
David.
quote the other characters, but
Not as much as
her.
Love this drink for me.
Eat glass.
This is true.
Okay, so when developing Schitt's Creek, Dan was partially inspired by Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
You know what? I was just about to say. Alexis reminds me a little bit of Kim.
Of Kim?
She's a little Kim-esque in that whole, like, a little bit Alexis. Because you know that Kim Kardashian did have a song out, right?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's garbage. But it's fine. Because she did have a song out. So, you know how Alexis said, like, oh, it's my, my single, blah, blah. A little bit Alexis.
Yeah. So
Got
it's partially inspired because he loves reality TV. And so he went through kind of like a phase where he was watching, or I don't know if it was a phase, but he was watching reality TV for a while. And he started thinking, like, what would happen to these people if, like, they lost all their money? And thus Schitt's Creek was born.
That's awesome.
I like that.
Isn't that cool?
That's funny.
Because he literally thought,
Joella Kardashian.
this is the question that he quotes. Would the Kardashians still be the Kardashians without their money? And let's be real. The Rose family was definitely the Rose family without their money.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes,
So yeah, they changed over time for the better, but they were still very much themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole show. That's a great character development, honestly.
Yep. So Catherine O'Hara.
Love her, queen of everything.
Yes. Her, staple accent nobody knew what it was going to sound like
Yeah.
until the first day of the shooting, including herself.
Yeah.
So she
She
had
like
no
pulled it
idea.
out of her butt.
Yeah, like everybody's like, oh,
Okay.
I don't know what she's gonna sound like, but she's gonna have an accent. Everyone knew she was gonna have an accent.
Yeah.
And then that day she was just like, it's gonna come out like this, and she just started talking. People
love it.
loved it. Everyone was cracking up. She's like, this
I
is
love it.
This is it.
I love
And originally in the show, the accent was supposed to diminish as the seasons,
Right. 'cause she's-
but it just got stronger.
It gets worse.
Because it's just so funny. Like,
Yeah.
bebe or bebe
Bebe.
didn't become a running gag until season 4.
Wow.
So
Nice.
it got,
That's awesome.
stronger. But
Yeah.
it
I'm
made
gonna have
it.
to rewatch it, guys.
I know.
Alright.
You're welcome.
Let I go watch it
Watch your Modern Family, Anna.
again.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it was as a joke. Like when she said it like that, that wasn't intentional and it stuck.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great job, Catherine.
Yeah.
Here.
To get into character as Alexis, Annie used to watch old videos of early 2000s celebrities. And she's like, I had my own very special accent. Definitely vocal fry.
Yes.
Vocal fry. And she says that she would just watch so many interviews or movies
That makes
or
so much sense.
of
Yeah.
like early 2000s celebrities. And then when she lists the people, I thought it was perfect because she not only used that, like their accent, not that
Right.
Yeah.
many of them spoke like that, but also their mannerisms. So she quotes that her inspiration were Paris Hilton,
I shut up. Get out of my head. That's
Yes.
so funny.
the Olsen twins,
Oh yeah. I see it.
and Lindsay Lohan.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
All the, like, early, like,
come
2000s, yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So she's like, I stole a bunch of stuff from them, which I am so grateful. The vocal fry and the holds out her hand.
Oh my god.
And
yes.
then she's like, I noticed that they all carried their handbag like this.
Mm-hmm.
So one late night, I was like, what if there was no handbag? And thus Alexis.
That's
I
Alexis.
love it. I love it.
Isn't
That's
that so
cute.
cute?
That is so cute.
Let's see what else. So another thing, the location of the town was purposely kept vague.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I remember I started watching. I'm like, is this in New York, or is this like uptown New York?
Yeah.
Or, it was filmed in Canada,
Right.
but they don't say this is Canada. So they did
Yeah.
it on purpose because they kind of wanted to make it where you decided where it was or where you think it should be.
Cool.
Yeah, like the focus was on the town, but if you put it in a country with real states, it becomes like this real thing.
Yeah.
And that's not the
Yeah.
point of it. So that was cool. Dan didn't know that Patrick was going to be his life partner when he first started the show or when he first started filming. So they were definitely going to use him as a couple, like an item thing. But that wasn't on purpose because he is straight.
right.
And so he didn't know if
Patrick.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Patrick, played by Noah Reed, is straight. He didn't know if there was going to be chemistry, but
Yeah.
it worked out.
It worked out.
It worked out.
You, my heart's on fire.
So Moira, she did choose her style.
Perfect.
Along with Dan, and they wanted her to be this socialite and memorable. So instead of going for like classic, elegant, they went avant-garde.
Beautiful. I love
Yeah,
it.
which was
Scary,
really well
trashy.
done.
Love it.
They go
Well
into
done.
that in that special.
It's very good. It's very good.
And with that whole like topic of her style, it was her idea to wear different wigs.
Oh yeah.
What a queen. What a queen.
So,
I heard she's going to be in the new Beetlejuice.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't she in the original?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Sally Bowles, I believe that's how you pronounce that, which plays Stevie. One of her lifelong dreams was to sing in cabaret, and she got to do so in the show,
that's
which was
cute.
really cool.
Que linda.
Yep.
We stand Stevie. Stevie, I didn't think I liked her at the beginning. And I was just like, oh,
She was just awkward.
maybe she'll grow on me.
But that's kind of how she is in general. Like
Yeah.
she has that like cutesy, like awkward, and I love it. I thought she added like great.
Yeah, she grew on me.
Yeah, like comic relief.
Yeah.
And I like that like witty, like kind of dark humor,
Yeah.
and she definitely
That's
offered
exactly
that.
what it was.
So she got to do that, which was awesome. And then Alexis actually co-wrote the song "A Little Bit Alexis" with her husband,
Nice.
who's a musician.
Okay.
I didn't know she was married.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that either.
So
Good for her.
he's part of a band. I'm so sorry.
We don't know the name of your band guy. Sorry.
So yeah, that was really cool that she's the one who got to put in, make the song.
That was cool.
And then what's something else? So Patrick Noah Reed composed the cover of the
Simply
the best. Yeah, simply the best. So nobody said this is how you're gonna play it. No, since he is a musician, he does play and he does sing.
After that, I believe his career kind of blew up just because, you know, he was a musician.
He was great. Yeah.
And I know he's on tour now, and
I didn't know he was a real life musician.
I looked him up after that song, and I was just like, "Ah, qué lindo." And
I think it's kind of how like you get the exposure and you're like, okay, I can run with my passions and like do what I want.
Yeah.
Which apparently half of the cast of Yellowstone does.
Did you know that half of the cast of Yellowstone are singers? They're country
Not
singers.
half, but
Kevin Costner has a band.
Okay.
Kevin Costner and the modern
modern western something.
whatever. It's
Modern
him in the
West.
band, and he sings and plays the guitar. Que viejo más lindo. The one of the sons of Kevin Costner in the show, he's also a singer.
Luke Grimes.
Luke Grimes. Que lindo. And like I don't know how
Listen,
many
there's
others.
some actors out there that have
Yeah.
hidden talents.
Oh,
One
thank
of my
you.
favorites that Sophia had no idea is Steve Martin. And
Steve
it's
Martin.
bluegrass and it's awesome. So good.
That's
So
funny.
good.
So yeah, definitely he did his little cover. And then Dan, when he had to do it himself, he was super nervous. He's like just as nervous as the show.
Yeah.
Because he's really bad at remembering lyrics. And he had to lip sync the whole entire thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Ted and Alexis in real life are about the same height. However, Alexis is always wearing high heels.
Yeah.
And we can't have a shorter boo. So in most scenes, when they kiss,
Is he,
he's standing on boxes.
Shut up. That's funny.
Funny.
But okay, well, because he's the same height. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Without her in heels.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
And then the last one is that it only took Dan half a day to write the series finale. So some people were just like, that's it? That's all it took? Like, there wasn't a lot of, inspo or time behind it. But it just, everything encajó. Like, everything fell into place. And, like, he was just like, he wanted to rip that Band-Aid. And
That's awesome.
it was a beautiful, beautiful series finale.
I complain so much that the show's so short, but
It's perfect.
But I
Yeah.
think that if it would have been longer, it would have ruined it. I.e.,
It was perfect.
Grey's
Yeah.
Anatomy. But
We still watch it though.
we absolutely so watch
Listen,
it.
with the amount of times that you mentioned Grey's Anatomy on this,
Yeah.
They should just be on here. I agree.
but
We'll
yeah.
take Jackson Avery. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now that he's branching out, hi. Well, thank you for so many fun facts.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Alex.
We love this show,
Yeah.
and we love your fun facts, and we love you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us. And thanks to the people for tuning in and watching us. And we hope that you guys enjoyed it. Alex is guest number 3, and we still have some more guests left for the season.
That's right. So thank you for sticking around till the end. If you have, go ahead and like, subscribe, put your little bell notifications, pay attention to our social medias so that we can, so you can be up to date. And if you're going to be listening to us on the podcast platforms, go ahead and leave us a rate or review.
5 stars only.
5 stars only. And as Mateo would say.
Oh, God.
Which
He doesn't do that anymore.
he doesn't. Today I showed him, enséñame la mano. He's like, I'm like, vida la. Okay, so thank you guys again. So we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.